everyone, and welcome to our second Monster Train 2 developer stream of February 19th, 2025, our announced day. We have announced Monster Train 2. We have immediately released a demo that you can go play right now on Steam. And we're doing a second stream today, special, to try to catch folks who may not have been able to watch us 5 hours ago. Now we're going to stream the demo again, talk about it, answer any questions from chat, demo some of the new functionality, and see how it goes, and see if I can win. So, hey, I'm Mark Cook. I'm Shiny Shoes CEO. This is Andrew Krausnick, our creative director and the game director of Monster Train. And shall we jump into the game, Andrew?
Let's play the game. No one
All right.
wants to see us.
No one wants to see us. What is new in Monster Train 2?
What is new in Monster Train 2? All right, so the first thing you're going to see here is a new, basically, main menu. So this puts you in the world a little bit more. This is called the Covenant Outpost. This is in Limbo, where your run begins. You're going to see a few options here. There's going to be additional things that unlock as you play. That said, in the demo, only Depart will work. The other ones we're going to be, saving for the full release. Although in the coming weeks, we'll start talking more about them, showing things off, things like that. So, we can hit Depart. We can start doing a run. I'll answer questions in chat. Feel free to dive in.
All right, I'm going to throw away my old run from the last stream.
Let's
do a new one.
Yeah, let's start fresh. That one was going off the rails, as they say.
Right. So Monster Train 2's demo has 2 of our new clans in it.
Yep.
There's 5 new clans coming, but we've got 2 in the demo.
Right.
We've got the Pyreborn and the Banished. So we were playing Lord Phoenix from the Pyreborn clan.
Let's swap it up. Let's go Banished.
Yeah, we're going Banished this time. So I'll swap our primary clan to Banished, where we have Fel, who is a character you may remember from Monster Train 1.
Generally transformed to some degree from Monster Train 1. The angels, or a faction of them, have joined the forces of Hell. You are going into Heaven. Heaven has some problems. There are some Titans, some very bad Titans. Titans are sort of a class of big celestial being that we have in a variety of ways. Certain other characters are also Titans. They can be small. It's not necessarily an idea of their scale. But these bad Titans have gone in and started modifying and mutating and effectively corrupting Heaven. And so you're going to go in there and you're going to smash up those corrupted angels and get to the source of the problem. Using the power of cards, trains, and friendship.
Killa Penguin 2 asks, what release date are y'all aiming for this year? Unfortunately, we cannot yet announce the release date, but
that's right.
It is coming, and we will be announcing it hopefully relatively soon, but I don't know exactly when. But just stay tuned.
We got marketing to do.
Join the Discord. Watch out for future developer streams. We'll be doing these weekly for the foreseeable future. Yep. So we'll be talking more about that, and every time we have new news to share, we'll share it here.
Also, we can say it is going to be 1.0 release, not EA. Answering one of the questions out of chat right now.
All right. Cool. So one thing that is a little bit of a secret thing right now, we're not communicating it very well with mouse plays, that you can right-click on almost anything,
yes,
any card, and see details about what's going on with that card. So Fel starts with Multi-Strike 1. We're going to see what upgrade options we have beyond that, I just wanted to point that out, that you can look through the cards in a big, beautiful display.
They've got lore and everything.
They've got lore.
The lore.
Get in there. We have a new feature here that's new to Monster Train 2. We have a selectable Pyre Heart.
Did we unlock the other one in the last run?
No. But let's try it. Let's try to unlock it.
All right.
On this stream.
4 battles with trials. Absolutely.
We can do it. So
someone can do it.
What are Pyre Hearts?
Pyre Hearts, they give you basic stats, your attack and your health of your Pyre, which obviously your health is if you lose. Your attack is doing damage back. And then in future ones, basically, we'll swap some of those stats for special powers. So some you can click on to do things, some have passive powers, but they will modify, obviously, the way you play your run, and you can also randomize it if you want as well. And there's, a whole bunch in the main game.
Right.
There's just,
I was just going to point the same thing out. We've got only 2 in the demo. 1 requires you to unlock it, winning battles with trials, but the full game's got quite a few more. All right, so we're still stuck with the Proto Heart Cage for now. All right, we're on Covenant level 1. There are 2 Covenant levels in the demo. There's no Covenant, which is kind of like our beginner experience, basically.
Right.
And Covenant level 1, which gives you randomized starting cards, sort of like in Monster Train 1, but also has a bunch of modifications to enemies that makes them a bit harder. So
Sounds great.
that's what we're gonna play now. Full game has a bunch more levels, but right now only none and 1 in the demo. Alrighty. So, the start screen at the beginning of any run gives you some information. There's a reminder of what your Pyre Heart is. There's information about the bosses that you will face. The demo does have only 1 battle per Gate of Heaven, as we're calling them. There are more in the full game, many more. So I'm not going to go over the details of that, but feel free to read it at your leisure if you play the demo. Let's look at the cards, though, that we got. We got our randomized cards here. So we got some that we saw last time on our prior stream, but there's some things to go over here that we haven't talked about here yet. So, Valor 10, Divinity.
Right.
Valor, a new status effect, new positive one. What does it do, Andrew?
What does Valor do? Apparently, we might need to improve this tooltip. But basically what it does is +1 attack per stack, and then also after combat, after every turn, if you are below the amount of Valor you have in terms of your armor, it will give you that amount of armor. So you'll go, basically, if you had Valor 10, you would have 10 armor kind of no matter what, as long as you were underneath it.
Cool. Flicker, pretty straightforward one. Deal 1 damage to enemy units. It costs 0 Ember, though, which is convenient.
Pretty good.
And it seems to combo well with Pyre Gel, I'm guessing, which we haven't talked about yet, but we'll see that soon. And then we got the Greed Dragon. Summon, +5 attack and +10 health for each mysterious golden egg. What are those? Dragon's Horde.
Yeah, you don't have any way to get those right now, but there's a variety of upgrades, variety of cards that will let you get some, so we're going to find out if you can. Other than that, yeah, Cross Canada says, going to go download the demo and play. Bye. That's valid, the demo is out there, it's on Steam. You all can play what we are playing right now. You can play now, you can play it later, hang out with us if you like. Play it now if you like.
Sorry, no release date yet. But yeah, Dragon's Horde is a new mechanic in the Pyreborn class. It is a resource that you collect, and it's a currency where you can earn Dragon's Horde and then use it to redeem for rewards. So we have this way you can see all the levels of things. There's 13 levels that you can build up to, each level with a better reward than the last. And so we don't have any Dragon's Horde, so we can't take advantage of that yet. But let's hopefully find a way to build up some so we can show that.
Oh, okay, so good if you got them.
All right, so what else we got? Anything else to think about? Oh, I thought we should talk about Pyre Gel maybe briefly.
Sure.
It's a core mechanic of the Pyreborn. So what does Pyre Gel do? And
so what does Pyre Gel do? Pyre Gel, you want to put it on the enemies if you can. Once it's there, it doesn't go away. You'll notice it does not say it decays. And for every stack you have, everything you do to that enemy does 1 more damage than it already does. So, yeah, it's pretty good, especially on bosses that stick around for a little while. You can turn small attacks into big attacks.
Ruby Doo asks, will demo data move to full release? That's our plan, is to try to make that happen. So we haven't done that yet, but we will put everything in our power to try to do so that your unlocks from the demo carry over to the front.
That's right.
All right. So I always like to pick my artifact first. I'm going to go for that. See what we get. See what we're offered. All right, we got the Guild Marker. Merchant costs are reduced by 25%. Always good. And the Wanderer's Talisman. At the start of turn, friendly units gain +5 attack and +5 health if they are the only friendly unit on the floor. Interesting. Well, our Greed Dragon is pretty big with 3 capacities right there on the top, so that doesn't seem too bad. I'm going to try it. Try the Wanderer's Talisman. And let's go to the Light Forge and pick our upgrade path for Fel. So here we are at the Light Forge. In Monster Train 1, it was called the Dark Forge. This time, we're in heaven.
Everything's different now.
Everything's different. We should show off the map of heaven. We will in a second. Who's this person who we've seen before?
Right, exactly. Yeah, we got Daedalus in there, who you formerly fought in Monster Train 1, who is hanging out, helping you out, got a little hammer there, ready to smash that upgrade.
No. So we have the Unchained path. 2 options here. Unchained on shift, which is a trigger. Triggers whenever this unit moves.
Yep.
There's a lot of mechanics in the Banished Clan for moving characters around through the rooms and throughout the terrain. Gain 1 Valor permanently. Valor 1 permanently. It's pretty good.
That's a nice little mini game to play. Yeah.
And Savior, we have an ability, which is something new to Monster Train 2. An ability, when you activate it, it's like individual units sometimes have abilities, and there are cards that can grant them as well. And then you click on them, and then it activates their abilities. Sometimes they're aimed, sometimes they're not, and then they go on cooldown, like you may be familiar with from other games. And then it comes off cooldown, and there's ways to manipulate cooldown and all kinds of interesting things going on with them.
Yep.
And so what does Savior do? Advance, that moves you to the front of the current floor. Gain Valor 5, nice, increases attack and armor. Gain armor equals to 1 times your Valor. Okay, so you get immediate armor that way as well. Since we're talking about new stuff in Monster Train 2, let's go for the ability. Let's go for Savior.
That's great.
All right. Okay, well, are we going to try to unlock this Pyreheart? We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta
go
take the
for it.
trial.
Okay, tough as nails, a trial. So it makes trials make the game harder for a reward. Enemy units enter with Titan Skin 1. That's a new status effect. 1 damage reduction per stack. So if you deal 1 damage, it goes to 0. I guess if you deal 2, it goes to 1, and so.
Yep. It's like reverse Pyrogel.
Okay. All right, reminder of what's going on with that. Here we go. So this, now we got a brand new feature here called the deployment phase.
So much new stuff. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so the deployment phase is new. We wanted basically you to be using more of your train rooms, more of your monsters, trains, monsters, the whole game thing. And in order to do so, we basically take anything that we call a banner unit, which comes from the kind of main unit drafts, and let you play them in this kind of first free turn before the rest of your battle. So you have a certain amount of resources. It is your average amount of Ember plus a bonus amount equal to the deployment Ember, which you start with 1 by default. And so you have a few train stewards here that will be playable in this phase. And then there's a few bonus train stewards thrown in your deck that kind of act like the old ones where they still show up. So that's what's going on here.
Yep. You get an opportunity to summon them all, and I decided to leave all of my units as the only unit in each floor to try to capitalize on the Wanderer's Talisman artifact, which they all benefited from just now.
There you go.
Dude. Well, what do I got here? So Flicker is no longer as useful as it was. We'd have to buff it up somehow. So
Right, it's good stuff for you.
it's doing nothing because they have Titan Skin. Even unfortunately, my Firestarter won't kill them. I'll put Pyrogel and I can kill them with Flicker, maybe.
Exactly.
All right, let's go for that.
Little
So
combo.
the Pyrogel on that guy. He took 0 because of the Titan Skin, but now he should take more damage because of the Pyrogel. So we got rid of that healer. Unfortunately, that means I couldn't cast Divinity, which might have been the better play, but
It's not too late because we got a feature for that.
we do.
We're talking about that.
What's this?
What's that? All right, so we added undo. This is something a lot of people did, like basically by quitting the client, coming back. There's a mod for it. So we integrated it into Monster Train 2. You can undo a turn. You can decide to do different things during that play turn. Now, if you hit end turn, can't go back that far. Although there is a way to restart battles as well. The run does track, so there it is right there. You do get a special icon on that run on daily challenges. We're going to put it on the end run screen. If you don't use any undo whatsoever on a run, just so you can kind of show off that way if you want to. But otherwise, if you're playing and you're like, just misplayed, misclicked, did a little bit that I'd rather do differently, you can press that button.
Like you Firestarter your own guy, then you use this, then you do that, and you're like, oh,
Right, that was completely chaotic.
I didn't want that.
Yeah, that was
all right, back in business.
back in business. Try that again. Let's see if you can, do you want to use that divinity on something? You think so?
Yeah, I'm going Divinity here, and I think there's no reason not to just immediately use the ability right now.
I mean, you can get more payoff from your artifact if you aren't. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's on the same floor. You're right.
and it's on cooldown, so
Yep.
I'm just going to use it right now. So I got my armor, and I got additional Valor, which is great. So going to enter.
Midi Mumway says the game is good. Thank you, Dev. Thank you for saying so. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Obviously, still a lot to come, a lot to show off, but we're happy with how the demo's been received so far.
The collector did not get the toughest nails?
No, they do not. They used to in a different version of the game.
Well, I'm gonna blow them up then.
So we had a question before. Is that collector that collector looks very similar to Monster Train 1, and it does. Currently, in order to sort of like be testing everything we want to be testing, developing everything we want to develop, we're using some Monster Train 1 pieces and assets, but we are still working to replace a lot of those before launch. So, for example, those are going to change before the launch of the game.
All right, we're going full. Let's keep stacking the Valor.
Stacking Valor. All right, and you're going to knock him out, so I think the strategy is working.
My ability just came off cooldown. I'm just going to use that again, I think.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Even this guy's like, this train steward just chilling here. He's getting buffed up by Wanderer's Talisman turn by turn.
Right. No, you couldn't put him on. This is a really good start. I'm going to pick up more questions while you keep rolling through.
Sounds good.
Are we spoiling game mechanics in the full game? Which is to say, are we spoiling them here? Not yet. So we will start doing more streams, and at some point leading up to launch, we'll start streaming out of the full game instead of the demo for sure. There's a lot of things to show off, a lot of really cool things. That said, we're not doing that yet. So for now, focusing on the demo today. But we want to come back and stream basically on Fridays, so we can start answering more questions like that.
All right, so if you haven't played Monster Train 1, what just happened down here in this kind of yucky, bloody mess down there is when a boss fights your units, it's kind of a fight to the death. Either you win the battle by defeating the boss, or they kill all your units. And if they kill all your units on that floor, the floor is destroyed. Can't use it anymore for the rest of the battle. And then they're moving on their way up to try to destroy your pyre, which is the overall objective, is to protect this thing. This is your health. If they get all the way up here, they can start dealing damage to your pyre. Well, looks like he's dead, but if he wasn't dead, I was gonna buff him. So
yeah, we gotta get you a harder battle. So hopefully soon, you know. A few more questions out there. Simply Sally, any possibility of bonus cosmetics for MT1 players? You know, we'd love to do some bonus stuff. No plans right now. I'll say that for MT1. We do have train room cosmetics in this game for unlocking things in MT2. So as and the logbook is back. As you complete that, there will be unlocks. There's these challenge battles that are challenge runs that you'll play, and there's some cosmetics in there for playing through those. So yeah, there are definitely those kind of unlocks, but not yet for MT1 players, even though we love and appreciate all of you.
So I really like the upbeat warbler. I love the sax playing bird. We used him last time, and I always tempted to
crowd favorite, that's for sure.
Now my issue with him though is I can't on this run because I can't capitalize on Wanderer's Talisman if I take him. So I think I'm going to ignore him because of that.
Great. Other new feature then?
Windblade is an equipment card, which is something new. It's new to Monster Train 2. These are things that can be equipped either to your units or to enemies, usually your own, that buff them in different ways. So it looks like Windblade has a shift trigger where every time you move, you gain Valor 1. And on Resolve, which is at the end of the combat, you also trigger your shift automatically.
Yep.
So you get an extra Valor.
Yep.
That said, though, this one is, again, like kind of not super synergistic with Wanderer's Talisman because you don't get shift if you're the only one in the room. You have to change places with somebody, right? Or am I wrong?
I think you might be right. I think
right.
Yeah.
Cleave might be good.
Though. Yeah, Cleave could be good, especially if you got the passion.
I don't know. Can we set up the streaming?
We might not want to pick that one. I'm not sure we got the update. Right. So if you played the demo earlier today, Cleave was kind of broken in a buggy way. It was doing a lot of damage. So we fixed it. There's a patch live now that fixes it, but we might not have it on this machine. So
let's go with the Windblade.
All right, let's go with
Windblade. Let's try it out. All right, Allied Clan Pack.
And you got a room.
Oh, a room card. Well, let's look them all over first. We've got the Pyre Ball with Explosive, a new keyword. So Explosive causes all excess damage to be applied to the rest of the enemy units. So in that last battle, there was the healer guys that had just 1 health. So if you cast Pyre Ball on them, it would kill them, and then 30 minus 1, 29. 29 damage would be applied to everybody else in the room. So it's kind of like causes an AoE explosion is the idea behind those. We've got the Snotty Whelp with another ability. This one's called Jelly Sneeze. Cooldown 3, deal 1 damage, then apply Pyrogel 10 to the front enemy unit. It's a lot of Pyrogel,
Absolutely.
but only to the front though. But,
And it's another unit too. It's not really what you're looking for that.
right. And then we've got
Artifact.
a Room card, which is another new type of card in Monster Train 2. So room cards are installed in one of the floors in the train, and this one lets me gain 10 gold when a unit dies, any unit.
Yep.
I wish I had somebody with Endless that I could just keep throwing to their
It's
death.
not too late.
Yeah?
It's only the beginning.
All right, let's go with that. Okay, well, speaking of Endless, we could go for it right away, but I feel like we don't have any good candidates right now except Spear
No,
Steward.
and that's like, it's like, who knows what you're gonna pull? You've got some banners here.
All right, I'm going for. I wanted to get a Pyroborn unit, but I want to go to the Merchant of Steel, so because I want to upgrade my units. Because I kind of want Large Stone or something like that, where I don't care about it being
Right,
big.
absolutely.
Like,
Let's
let's go
yeah.
for it. Okay, first I'm going to pick my unit. We've got the Avenger, who I used in the last stream earlier today, so I'm not going to pick it, but when he gets hit, it applies melee weakness to the attacker, which is very strong, actually. And the Demonic Fledgling,
Good with your weapon, the fledgling.
because he already has Shift, so
Yep.
it's an extra combo with Shift. He
Yep.
gains Rage on Shift, and that'll be triggered automatically, so yeah, let's go with him. And when he attacks, he gains Valor. And then let's get Large Stone. Ah, didn't get one. We could re-roll, though.
We could
Flush
reroll.
with gold.
You got so much gold.
How do I have so much
It's hard to
gold?
skip multi-strike. I mean, you took the trial this time.
Yeah, twice? No, once.
Once.
Still, it's a lot. Multi-strike. 1 in Fragile. No, it's not synergistic. Getting Valor 5, not bad.
Buttercup Saiyan says, the 400 hit point boss in your first run feels impossible. Is it possible to beat this guy? I regret to say a lot of people are beating that guy. So definitely possible. That said, there's RNG, there's other factors.
Well, I guess if we were going to take multi-strike, we'd put it on the Demonic Fledgling right now, right?
I think so.
Because he's going to scale
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
We have no generator for Dragon Sword still, so... Alright, let's do that. Should we give him attack, or should we re-roll? I don't know what Large Stone costs. I don't have it memorized. Is it?
It's gonna potentially, it's gonna be expensive. Yeah, I don't think you
So
can
we're not
afford
gonna be able to
no,
get it.
I don't think you're gonna be able to get it. Just gonna have to keep dreaming.
Should we purge, or should we put attack damage on the Fledgling? Or should we hold off and try to get something better later? Nah, let's hold off. Alright. I'm gonna purge. We're never gonna use a Spear Steward in this build, I don't think. Except for a Chump Blocker.
Will clicking the cat do anything in the final game? Yes, it will. We were trying to get that in for this build, for the demo, but didn't quite get it.
Alright. Okay, trial. We're going to all trials. We're unlocking that Pyroheart. -1 Ember per turn. Always a painful one. 75 gold. I must have gotten the Collector on the last one, too. I think I did, using the zero cost attack. Okay, so this guy needs time to buff up, though. Otherwise, he's going to be very fragile.
Right, you need to get that weapon drawn even.
Yeah, so I'm going to put him at the top this time. Put Fel in the middle, and I'll put the Green Dragon at the bottom.
You might as well.
Now, where to put this? The Sacrificial Chamber. We've drawn it. What floor would be optimal? I feel like, Green Dragon's gonna die. He's not gonna live super long, right?
Right.
So probably not ideal to put it there.
I mean, you get that coin for the death of the dragon.
True, but I want more coin.
More coin.
I'm a
All right.
greed player, not just a green dragon. So
All right.
I guess I'm just using this as a greed. I could have maybe optimized that slightly better. All right, let's reset.
Hit that restart.
I
Do better.
do better. All right. We could do that on Fel right now, and then do it. I don't know. Who's going to kill more? Is it going to be Fel, or is the Demonic Fledgling going to scale way up and go crazy?
You know,
Guess it's up to me, in a way.
you're in control here.
All right, I'm going to hope it's going to be Fel, so I'll put it there, and I'll use the... Okay. Go with that.
Simply Sally asks, so the artifacts from Dragon Horde in a separate loot pool from the other trinkets. Pretty sure you've seen skipped artifacts come up again. Yes, I think it is at least slightly separate, although it still shouldn't allow repeats.
Can't cast Divinity at all in this battle because of the
Oh,
trial.
you just don't have it.
Just don't have the gold. Don't have the Ember, I should say. Excuse me. All right. I still haven't drawn my. Yeah. Well, should I chump block here? Might as well, right? Get some extra gold.
Radiant Starshine, absolutely. I was asking the optional challenges become increasingly necessary in higher covenants to keep up with enemy scaling. Will that continue to be the case? I think it's like a sort of inherent balance thing where obviously like that tension matters a lot. Like if you can succeed at the trial, it sort of is necessary because you need the power to scale up. So we are doing our best to tune it. So the kind of risk reward still exists. You might need to skip it, but you can still win. I don't think we're 100% there yet in our current version. We're working on it with some really dedicated testers. We're bringing some more folks in to help us really dial things in. I will say, you know, obviously it's really important that you take many of them, but we do want it to at least be possible to skip one if you just can't basically succeed at it and still win the game, that run, even though it might be harder because obviously you're working with fewer resources.
All right, looks like good on this panel.
Yeah, your build is really cooking already. You gotta nerf whatever's going on here. I guess you're using that trinket, the artifact very effectively, that talisman, which is good. See if we can scale though. I think scaling is gonna be what gets you.
All right, I'm gonna take this equipment. We skipped it last time. Penitent's Blood Suit. This is another equipment, but it's intended to primarily be attached to enemies.
That's right.
So when they shift and they move, they take 20 damage. So this is something you can put on a flying boss that moves around, kind of wreck them via.
Yeah.
Oh, more equipment.
More equipment. More equipment.
Lava armor. On Revenge, when you get attacked, apply Pyrogel 3 to the attacker. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially if you have good survivability. Fire Cask is also nice, just a little bomb.
Shout outs in chat for Jordan. Absolutely. The music. Yeah, we went a little more heavy metal this time. Yeah, I love Pyrocast. I take it almost all the time.
So, what do I got now? I might go Lava Armor. And then see if I can merge it together later.
Spoilers.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
Going for it.
You have the coin.
Okay, so something new that you can do at a workshop merchant, which is a new type of merchant in Monster Train 2. They sell equipment, they sell rooms, and they sell new services. Since I already kind of spoiled it before entering here,
Sure.
let's talk about the services first. So you can pay 75 gold to combine 2 equipment cards into one. So I could combine the Lava Armor and the Windblade, which combines all their effects together,
And their costs.
but also their cost. So it'll go to
Yes.
2 Ember to be able to cast that.
So we caught someone earlier. We might need to make that more clear.
The other thing you can do is you can buy the deployable upgrade, which means you can apply that to a room or to an equipment, and it is drawn in the deployment phase so that you are guaranteed to have it along your banner units. And then what do we have for sale here? Let's check out the cards. So we've got the Meat Shield. Restore 10 health on resolve.
Love it. Love it.
The Zone of Silence room card grants silence to non-boss enemy units. So silence generally very strong, however, doesn't work on bosses. Probably because it's too good if it does. That's my wild guess. And then the interesting Void Armament. Multi-strike 1. Anything that gives multi-strike strong. However, extinguish, purge this unit from your deck. So we've already seen one bug report from a player who played this card on their champion, and then their champion died, and then they filed a bug saying, "Where's my champion? I can't enter the Light Forge."
Right.
But that is actually intentional behavior.
Yeah, right down.
It's a high risk if you put this on your champion and they get purged out of your deck. You can't use the Light Forge because they are dead and gone from your run.
Right.
In fact, that used to crash the game until we fixed that.
It's a feature.
But high risk, high reward. Should we buy Void Armament? Should we try to keep our unit
Sure.
alive?
Yeah, let's play a little mini game. I love mini games.
Or am I going to throw the run over this?
Mega games.
I would merge it with something else, but then we won't have enough Ember to be able to cast it.
Right.
Which is
It's very
not
expensive.
great. What if we merge the Windblade and Lava Armor together? Let's do that.
Sure.
Mix it up. So when you merge a card, it turns into this thing that shows what's in there. So we've got the Windblade and the Lava Armor in a merged equipment that now does all kinds of stuff. So we'll be able to utilize that. All right. Like equipment build now. I've got so much equipment. Should I purge a card? Probably. What's doing nothing for me?
Support stewards, you know.
Maybe Spirit Steward at least has some chump blocking.
All right, maybe shield steward.
Shield's maybe worth less for me now.
Yeah.
In fact, I regret not purging that earlier. Now, let's go to the Celestial Alley.
Yeah. What event are we getting?
Ooh, the Wondrous Boxes. This is an interesting event with a lot of things you can do with it. So, what can you do here?
What can you do here? You can pack 3 spells into a small gift box, and then when you play that, you get them all back instantly. You can pack into a Jack in the Box, which is going to summon them one at a time into battle. Or you can pack them. You can get a large mystery box, which simply adds random cards to your hand every turn.
Yes, Mindbuster points out that the small gift box can be duplicated,
Yep.
so you can put the spells in and then duplicate it. Another thing you can do is like it's a mega purge too. You can pack them in and then purge it out of your deck, which
Yep.
eliminates 3 cards at once.
Yep.
So I don't. What would I want to do here? I think the Jack in the Box doesn't make sense given my strategy. I don't think so.
What is our strength? What are we doing?
We're putting equipment on, guys.
Yeah, we know we like that artifact. I mean, it's a safe one. The large one.
Is the small gift box gonna be right for me?
We could also, can we say our fun fact about this event? Is that, we're sharing that right now?
It's okay.
All right, let's share it. Yeah, so Richard Garfield, creator of Magic the Gathering, or the original designer anyway, I'm sure a lot of people were involved in creating it, was a fan of Monster Train 1, is a fan of Monster Train 1, and we had been in touch around that time, so we reached out if he wanted to make an event for Monster Train 2. So this event was designed by Richard Garfield.
No. All right, I'm struggling to decide here. I don't have any upgraded spells or anything cool that gets like a really great benefit from duplicating. I could use it as a spell purge, but I don't feel like I need that either. I could get rid of the steward
Right.
with the box and
Right.
then throw away the box.
I've done that before, but you know, it seems like a waste.
Let's go for my favorite large mystery
Right.
box.
Maybe also
I'm
too
always-
strong. We're a little worried.
I'm always tempted by the
Maybe.
large mystery box.
Who isn't?
All right.
You want the biggest present?
Okay, we have our first flying boss, Archeon. He gains Rage 3 on Siphon.
Right.
Whenever one of my enemies dies where he is. Alright. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with the same overall strategy I had last time, but he could instantly kill the Demonic Fledgling, I believe. So
That's okay.
that's okay.
Okay.
That's something that I remember somebody asked for was the ability to see what floor they're going to spawn in on.
Right.
I think
right.
we're going to.
Yeah, we talked about it. I think the other option is like they all spawn on the same floor or something. It's possibly like, oh, they'll, you know, yeah. But I hear, yeah, I think we hear that sort of desire. So.
All right, he's going to survive. Now look at this. Right away, I get Greed, 20 damage to all units, and gain 10 gold on Slay. So I'm going to get 20 gold if I cast it down here.
So good.
I do also want to cast Divinity on somebody here, though.
Well, that's some greed right there.
Greed.
I think actually this box is kind of fun in the demo because
Okay.
it can give you cards that you can't get any other way that are like level up only cards. So we sort of realized that. And we're like, a fun little Easter egg for people who are truly dedicated.
You know what I'm undoing? I forgot that this hits your own units, too.
Yep. I'm sure some of
All
the
right, I'm going this.
folks who are really dedicated towards finding like all the content that we put out there are gonna use that to figure out what the rest of the level up cards are for these clans, which is fine.
All right. By melee weakness 3.
Also very good.
So good.
Yeah, Mila Cosmico, a new monster train. Wishlist right now. Please wishlist right now. Also, you can play it yourself. We are currently playing the demo. The demo is currently out there on Steam. Feel free to check it out.
I should have tried to kill that guy. Mattered or not.
We're gonna find out.
I wasn't able to play my room, unfortunately.
That undo only goes back so far, so any mistakes you make now are baked in.
Oh, okay, here we go. So we got Void Armament now.
Ooh, yeah. Even more multi-striking.
Do we dare put it on Fel?
Right. The risk of loss.
Probably not. But she has the most valor, though, so building up the most
A
survivability.
little defense.
Should we throw the run?
Wow. I don't see how it's throwing it. I think it's a
Okay, we're going for
victory.
it. Okay, we've got Void Armament, which, reminder, if you're just joining us, if Fel dies, our champion, she will be purged completely out of our deck, which is probably a run-ending disaster.
I love it.
Probably going to end up.
Josh Louderback says, played the demo, love it. The only thing I miss is Monster Infusion, which is the idea of mashing two monsters together. And there's, equipment infusion. We do have that, yeah. So we're not going to bring it back. And really kind of the idea is we wanted to push a little more towards playing more units in rooms, having more synergy there. That's why we added the deployment phase. Obviously, there's still ways to build them up, but we wanted you to be like, yeah, if you want that, go ahead and just play them both in that room together. So we think the deployment phase kind of covers at least that area of what that original infusion did. So basically, not something we plan on bringing back in this current version, but we did some things to hopefully let you replicate that feeling by playing using that.
Okay, now I can cast Read Without Caring, but I also got superheated from my large mystery
that's
box.
not really paying you very much yet.
Yeah, double the amount of Pyrogel. That's my 3 right now. Can get Sacrificial Chamber. That'll give me something here.
All right, we'll do some good stuff. And if your champion dies, you get 10 gold. That's a
That's a consolation prize.
consolation prize, exactly.
Well, so far she's surviving.
Question about if demo progress will carry over. We're going to do our best. We'd like it to. We think it can. We have not fully gotten that working and implemented yet. We're not close enough to launch yet to know for sure. But we are going to try to make sure that demo progress can carry over.
All right. While you were chatting, I managed to get the Penitent's Blood Suit onto Archeon, so he's been taking damage from moving around. We've got Void Armament here, and we've got the merged equipment over here. So
You're
this
still
guy
not
is
taking damage, so
he's scaling up nicely, though.
going okay.
All right, what do we got here? I think I've got to try to do anything I can to protect Fel right now, so more Valor.
I mean, that's some damage. That is some damage. Shadow Dragon asks about the Titan Temples or the Divine Temples for the shards. No shard mechanic this time around. Basically, we thought that it as a baseline mechanic added some complexity. We wanted to kind of push to different parts of the game, to other things we wanted to add. That said, we are doing a lot with mutators and other game modes and things like that. So we hope that there's ways to play it well. So far, that Void Arm, yeah. Woo! Not too worried about that, I think. We'll see. See how it pays off.
Didn't get purged.
Didn't get purged. Did not get purged. Yeah. So basically, no, we're not doing that this time around. We love the mechanic. We're gonna figure out some ways to explore things like it, events and other ways, but yeah, not in the base game.
We get a rare pack after a boss.
Yep.
And
Just like Monster Train 1.
it's got one of my favorite card arts in the game. I'll say.
Yeah.
I think this one looks really
Great.
cool. I like that Hell Furnace. Looks awesome. When it's a room card, when a unit gains Pyrogel, it gains +3 stacks. Interesting. Eagle Heart, consume, advance, transfer all Valor on this floor to this unit. That will not synergize with my 1 unit per floor strategy at all. And Sanctuary, consume, apply damage shield 2 to friendly units. That's really more of an AoE spell to get its true value.
Yep.
It's not bad, still, but there's some other card that's very similar.
There is, yeah.
It's not an AoE.
Yeah.
That isn't a rare. But I don't have that many ways to do Pyrogel either, so I'm not sure.
Ruby asks, do we concept and tweak card art? We do. We do quite a bit of concepting. And different one comes in at different levels of, how final they are when we see that concept art, but we're working with a lot of artists, some outsourcers, some people on our team. The game has a lot of art.
I'm gonna skip, I think.
You're gonna skip?
I'm gonna skip a rare.
Wow, alright.
I don't know, Sanctuary? Maybe I could get Sanctuary.
It's pretty good.
It's still good, even though I'm not going for a multi-unit strategy. Gold Tooth is interesting. Nothing new we haven't seen. Avarice 13, another new gameplay mechanic.
Avarice is very good.
It is status effect. It says when a unit with Avarice deals unblocked damage, gain coin equal to stacks of Avarice. That is nice. So you get 13 coin every time it attacks, basically.
Yep.
If it's not blocked.
Yep.
And you get some extra.
Start your turn, it'll get some attack, yeah.
You can scale up quite fast, it seems. This is the true Green Dragon.
Is there a reason Goldtooth has a lot of 13? Maybe.
I picked Gold Tooth.
All right, so here we go. So this looks a lot like the original series in Monster Train 1, just with a few updates. Hell's Flame here will give you 1 deployment ember along with 1 ember per turn. So the 2 during deployment, 1 per turn, 1 for deployment only. And then obviously attack and health like everything else. Solace is the same, and then Heaven's Light is giving you 2 up from 1. So draw was just really good, generally picked quite often in Monster Train 1, so we want to give it a little bit of juice to the other options in this pick.
Yeah, in our last run, on the stream earlier today, I took Heaven's Light. It seemed better for the strategy I was going for there, but for my 1 unit per room strategy,
Right.
not going to be helpful. So it's either between Hell's Flame or Limbo's Solace. In Monster Train 1, I was always attracted to card draw. I always went for it.
You know, you and a lot of other
most
people.
others.
Yeah.
But Ember's good too. I mean, we have Void Armament at 3.
Right, I feel like you're kind of you're getting that free draw. Part of the reason that box is so good, that draw.
Yeah. All right, we got to go with Hell's Flame, I think, for sure.
All right.
We've got too many high Ember cost cards.
This run's looking good.
All right, so on our left path, we've got even more gold, Merchant of Steel, which I've been looking for, and a card duplicator. And on the right path, we've got a Celestial Alcove, health, which I don't need, and a Merchant of Trinkets, which sells artifacts, which I could go for. But I think I'm going to go for the Merchant of Steel again. We're going for like a heavily unit-focused strategy here.
Yeah, you want that big stone.
There it is. Large stone at 80.
Yeah, and the
Now who do? We do the Gold Tooth?
yeah,
Do we do the Fledgling?
well, you
Those
got
kind
the
of
dualism
saving
there for the fledgling. Not that I want to give you kind of the whole run, probably. That is gonna do it in a lot of ways. Story for the game, yeah. So there's a lot there to discover as you play, but also very broadly, what's going on is the pirates protecting. You know, it's what fuels your train, and you need to protect it. But heaven has been taken over, blessed or corrupted, depending on your point of view, by these titans who are sort of making everything look much worse and bad. You do face off against Seraph again at the end of the run, or the end of the current run. There, might be a little more after that in the full game. But you'll see Seraph has gotten a little worse for wear since the first time you saw him.
All right, well, let's go for dualism just because it's
Sure.
a new thing.
upgrade. It's a new upgrade. It's a lot of fun, and it's going to be absurd on that fledgling.
So what does it do? Dualism. It doubles
Yeah,
the
it-
effects of stats.
Double the stat specs. We're probably going to nerf this not to be multi-strike, actually. To not hit, to only hit green and red ones, so the buffs and debuffs. But in the meantime, it hits everything. So have fun.
All right, so it's going to double the multi-strike, doubles the Valor gain, doubles the Rage gain.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to put the equipment on
okay.
it. It's going to
It works for equipment as well. It works for anything that sort of feels like the unit itself is doing it. So equipment on the unit itself, but a lot of artifacts or rooms that it will actually not modify. So it's all about what that unit is doing.
Shadow Dragon 409 says, what happened to Bone Shaker? That will be explained in the full game, so you'll have to wait for the full game.
Even the demo, right? Maybe we're gonna if we patch in that.
Potentially.
We'll see.
Potentially.
We got a little video for you. We got a little intro video. We're working on it. Might go into the demo at some point. We'll see. Or you'll find out.
Okay, now, duplicating something. What would I want to duplicate now?
More fledglings.
You think so?
That little guy's absurd right now. But, I won't. You can duplicate your merged equipment. You could duplicate the Void Armament and just keep being dangerous.
I mean, I want to run Gold Tooth somewhere to
Sure.
get the gold gain.
You could have two Gold Tooth floors.
And just don't play my champion and
Sure.
play the Demonic Fletching instead.
Get it banished. You don't need it anymore. Get it out of there. Start giving that cursed sword to people.
I don't know. Like, is he gonna survive? I guess my only thing about duplicating him is like, then if I play him in 2 separate floors, or you think
Is
if
he
you
gonna
play
survive?
in the same floor, 2 of the same guy, the same
Oh,
floor.
I see. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead. I'm a simple man. If I upgrade something that much, I want 2 of it.
I think I'm gonna duplicate merge equipment
All
actually.
right, all right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Good equipment.
All right. Well, we can't gain anything from shifts unless we put Windblade on
Right,
her,
right.
which
Which was on your equipment, right?
isn't in the equipment. Yes. But I was thinking, well, where's Void Armament now goes to the Fledgling? Do you think, or is that too much risk? Does it stay with Fel?
No,
Stays with Fel?
Yeah.
Well, then I still can't.
Maybe Savior's better.
Yeah, then Savior's gonna be better. That's right. Enemy units have Titan Skin 4. We have to keep taking these trials. How close are we? We got. Do we get it after this? We need one more after this.
One more after this, yeah.
Alright. Well, let's see what we can do. This might be the last battle of this stream, unfortunately.
Drew, what does success look for for us in this game? You know, it's always a good question. There's not specific numbers. It's one of those things you know when you see it, right? I would say we're off to a good start. Right before we hopped on here, this demo is currently the #1 most played demo on Steam at the moment. So that's always great. You know, it's a really great start. So we hope people keep enjoying it and enjoy it over the weekend and into Next Fest. And would love to see that hang on. And yeah, so far so good, let's say.
I don't know what to cast. I need more Ember. I guess, should I just put the Void Armament on now?
I mean, you know,
Or should I start buffing
I
this
feel like
guy
you
up
have all on
more?
your shoulder with that one.
Yeah, let's put this on nice guy. Alright,
Yeah.
I'm going with, let's get the Fledgling going. Skin 4. Could kill him with this, but I'll take 20 damage on the Gold Tooth, which I don't know if that's worth it or not. I don't know what the right decision. Alright, I'm just gonna junk up. I hate those junker guys.
Yeah, they'll really get you if you leave them around, that's for sure.
This guy's holding the bell. What? Oh, it kills him after.
Kills them after, it does kill them after, yeah.
Okay, well, Sally's dead. That's good. Well, we drew Pyroclasm. That is going to be pretty good here.
And you got the Ember for it.
Yeah.
You can actually smash the bell, is the move there, because it overloads. The smaller health, the better. No, I'm sorry, hit the guy with the bell. With
Oh.
Pyroclasm.
Spreads more. Yeah.
It spreads more and you're basically going to knock out that entire wave.
Boom.
Yeah,
So I'm going to take some pyre damage because I didn't do anything to clear that up.
finally.
Oh, I should have used Fell's ability, so I'll just play on that.
Drew, we already added everyone to Discord. We appreciate that very much.
Well, this guy's going ham already.
You know, we knew he was going to do
Oh,
it.
we can finally get some Dragon Sword here.
Yeah, that box is just giving you what you want.
Yeah. But I don't know, should I cast Divinity instead? To give more headroom to Fell to equip that
Oh, the
Void Armament if it comes
sure.
around again, but we may not
Sure.
even need it at this point. Not sure if that's worth it or not. Too much risk. But I want to kill Collector. Alright, I'm going for the greed. Go for gold. Okay, so we killed the Collector, we got the gold, we also got 1 Dragon Sword from that. What else could we do? So I'll give some more Valor to Fell and have her use her ability. And that's gonna do nothing.
Looking good. Looking good.
Alright, another merged equipment. We could put this on Fell instead.
Right?
Lots safer. It's also in hand right now.
Right? A little less exciting now.
That's good.
All right.
Sanctuary. I'm just gonna keep taking fire damage here. I'm alright with that right now.
You got a ways to go.
I'm gonna protect my fledgling. Oops. Alright. Devilish details. Gain 3 and take 10 fire damage. Gain 3 Dragon Sword. That's interesting. It's definitely a greed move. Let's go for it. And put Sacrificial Chamber here, and then we'll take 10 damage. But we got more Dragon Sword, which will increase the benefit from that.
That's right. Okay, see if this boss can do anything to you.
I'm surprised this Goldtooth's been able to sit here for this long.
But that attack is chunky.
Oh, and we just got Death Metal Hymnist from the box.
Oh, box.
Gives multi-strike to everybody. Oh, that's gonna be good. 2 Junkers though. I can use Just Cause to pull a Junker to the front. To at least get rid of one of them.
Sure.
But I kind of want to summon the Death Metal Hymnist though.
I mean, it's pretty good. Frankly, if you summon that on the bottom floor, you might just win with it.
You think so? It's... Ooh, almost.
Pretty close.
Almost. But no. Well, I guess we could just do that and then just deal with it the next turn.
Right.
Well, let's give it to him just for fun. I guess we get more points. I'm not really score focused right now. You get more points if you kill bosses on lower floors.
Right, absolutely.
And I would have gotten more gold, actually. No, we're going to undo that. I want the gold.
You want the gold?
Yeah.
We read this one out.
CEO build. You got to go for the gold. So by getting multi-strike, I'll get more Avarice attacks.
Right.
So I'll get more gold this way. Oh yeah, keep chomping, Goldtooth. Give me that gold. Look at it counting up.
That is so much gold. Avarice is great. All right, there you go. There you go. I think this one's just gonna be.
Put on Void Armor right now, just for giggles. I should probably not take pointless pyre damage by casting things that I don't
I think
need to
this will be
cast.
our last battle of the stream, so you can do what you want.
All right. Well, I'll use Hell's ability. There we go.
All right.
There we go. All right. Well, that was looking pretty good. I gotta say, that was probably one of the better looking runs that I've had in a while.
Right, I know we've been losing, so this is great. Show people what it looked like to win.
All right. Let's see if anything. I'll let you guys find out the cards by playing the demo on those.
Absolutely.
Same with these.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. You can play yourselves right now. It's on Steam.
Yeah.
We will be coming to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch as well at launch.
It
Monster
just got
Train 1 on sale.
Oh yeah, Monster Train 1's on sale for 90% off on Steam. So
A couple bucks.
$2.50 if it's your first foray in the US and regional pricing elsewhere.
That's right.
I was just going to show off my Dragon Sword, but
Absolutely.
play the demo, build up your own Dragon Sword, and
That's right.
loot it to your heart's
It's a
content.
call to action right there.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you'll join us on future developer streams. Please follow this Twitch channel if you'd like to get notifications about that. We have our Discord at discord.gg/Monster Train that you're welcome to join as well, where there's a lot of community discussion around the game. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye for now.